ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वञ्चिकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I was thinking, Prabhu, we can read that Narayanam Namaskritya. I sometimes forget it. I don't have it in front of me. If you remember, then maybe you can remind me.
Sure, Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhakti
Bhaktir Bhavati.
Bhavati. Thank you, Prabhu. So we are reading this verse today, 1.10.30. And actually, for some reason, I really like the poetry of this verse and also the poetic translation of Srila Prabhupada. I won't be able to do the justice to the Sanskrit, so please forgive me. Sarve te animisherakshes tam anudhruta chetasa vikshantah sneha sambadha vichelustatra tatraha. Sarve, all, they, animishe, without twinkling of the eyes, akshay, by the eye, tamanu, after him, dhruta chetasa, melted heart, vikshantaha, looking upon him, sneha sambadha, bound by pure affection, vicheluhu, begin to move, tatra, here and there, ha, so they did. So now I will read the translation, actually by Srila Prabhupada. It is so poetic. I really love it. So Srimad Bhagavatam itself is beautiful poetry, and on top of that, Srila Prabhupada's translations. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, translation, listen to this. All their hearts were melting for him on the pot of attraction. Isn't it beautiful? All their hearts were melting for him on the pot of attraction. They looked at him without blinking their eyes, and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So this is Srila Sutta Goswami is describing the condition and position of the Pandavas and the devotees over there. I'll read the translation once again. The first line is my favorite. All their hearts were melting for him on the pot of attraction. They looked at him without blinking their eyes, and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So in Sridhar Swami's commentary for hither and thither, he says that means that the eyes of the Pandavas were moving wherever Krishna was going. So like eyes were just following Krishna. So I will read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. It's a very small purport, but it's very packed. Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings. He is the chief eternal amongst all eternals. He alone is the maintainer of many eternals. This is stated in the Katha Upanishad, and thus one can obtain permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's eternal relation with him. Now forgotten under the spell of Maya, the illusory energy of the Lord. Once this relation is slightly revived, the conditioned soul at once becomes freed from the illusion of material energy and becomes mad after the association of the Lord. This association is made possible not only by personal contact with the Lord, but also by association with his name, fame, form, and quality. Srimad Bhagavatam trains the conditioned soul to this stage of perfection by submissive hearing from the pure devotee. So, in this purport, actually, when I was reading it, if you read it, Srila Prabhupada is going backwards. I don't know if anyone has seen the movie Memento. In Hindi and Tamil, there was a remake, Gajini. So in the beginning of the movie, it is like that the so-called hero of the movie, he doesn't remember anything, like his memory is gone. And by end of the movie, he remembers what happened, who murdered his wife, and in this process, he kills many people. And then again, at the end, he forgets, that what was going on. So he starts all over again. So I was connecting two things over there. First, it's like our life. In Srimad Bhagavatam, one canto, I don't remember, sorry, which one. I think Kapila Devi is describing the condition of the living entity in the womb of the mother, that how the living entity going through the pain in the womb of mother prays to Krishna. Krishna, please forgive me. In this lifetime, I will pray to you. And then the moment the living entity comes out of the womb, forgets everything by seeing the love of the parents like puchi puchi and loving, and they the kids just forget everything. And then again, go through the whole cycle, grow up, then get married, have kids, get old, disease, and then die, and then again in the womb, and the same story again, praying to Krishna, Krishna, please, this birth I will remember you, right? So in the same way, I was thinking the movie was like that too. In the beginning, he doesn't remember anything. At the end, he remembers, and then again in the beginning, he forgets. But the point, the point I was trying to make over here is the movie goes backwards. It starts, goes backwards. Similarly, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is going backward. So he's starting, like here in the translation, in this verse, Srila Sutta Goswami is saying, all their hearts, he's talking about the Pandavas and the other relatives, all their hearts were melting for him on the pot of attraction. So in the purport, there are, like, I divided the purport in 5 points, 5 or 6, maybe 6, that so Srila Prabhupada, he's saying that in the verse, Shukadeva Goswami is saying that their hearts were melting, the Pandavas and their relatives, right? But in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, what he's saying Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings, because we'll go later to because. So first, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is naturally attractive. That is the first part of the purport. Srila Prabhupada is saying Krishna is naturally attractive to all living beings. All living beings, right? And then when we read the purport, right, the next question will come, like, how come he's all attractive? Why is he all attractive? So Srila Prabhupada, then this is the second part. He answers this question. Why Krishna is all attractive to all living beings? He says that because he's the chief eternal amongst all eternals. So because Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam, right? Eteja anshikala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Krishna is the Bhagwan Swayam. So he's the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's full in 6 opulences. We all know those opulences. Whenever I count, I always forget. So if I forget any, please remind me. So he says he's full in all 6 opulence: beauty, fame, knowledge, renunciation, and power and wealth. I got it. So all 6 opulences. Krishna is full in all opulences, right? So that is why, and there are like many expansions, like Eteja Amshikala Punsa. There are many expansions, personal expansions of Krishna, and separated expansions like us, living entities. So, but he's chief amongst all the eternals, and that is why he's all attractive. And not only, Srila Prabhupada goes one more step beyond. Not only he's all attractive, Srila Prabhupada is saying that at the same time, he's maintainer of all the eternals, right? So once we know that, okay, Krishna is all attractive and Krishna is maintaining everyone, right? Then what happens? That is what Srila Prabhupada says in the next second part. When one knows that, one attains permanent peace and prosperity. And he says how one attains permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's relation with him. So in that, I wanted to give an example. Actually, that example I gave last time also, the same example. And the example was that, actually, I'll give 2 examples. So first example I'll give, like a small kid. He wants to lift a very heavy table. And he says, Papa, I want to lift it. So Papa says that, no, you cannot lift it. It's too heavy for you. Then he starts crying. No, 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 I want to lift it. So father says, okay, you can lift it, but I will help you. Okay. Then on that, the boy says, no, I don't want your help. I want to lift it myself. I can do it. So father says, all right, if you want to do it. Then father goes in the back. The child tries to lift the table, right? And father helps from the back. So basically, father is lifting the table, but child is thinking that I'm doing it, right? That is one example that shows mm, our situation, karta aham iti manyate. We think that we are doing, right? Although material nature is doing all the activities. And second, and this is why is it happening? The reason it is happening is because we want it. Here, the kid wants it. I want to lift the table. So here we want it. We want to live separately. We want to be the doer of things, right? And the other example is that I gave last time was that when mother is cooking, and the kid comes, says, Mama, I also want to cook. I also want to cook. So mother says, no, you will get burned. But the kid is persistent and starts crying. So mother says, okay, that's fine. Mother gives the same paraphernalia, like a small kitchen, clay pots, a small pot, right? The child goes outside and mother says, okay, go ahead and play outside. The child goes outside, and the child starts playing with the maybe start making mud pies. I used to make mud pies when I was young. So maybe the child can start making mud pies, right? So here, what is happening, although the mud pies are, it looks good, but it does not taste good. Not only it does not taste good, it cannot nourish us, it cannot satisfy us, and it cannot give us any happiness. Nourishment, satisfaction, and happiness, right? It cannot give any of those 3, the mud pies. And so when the kid gets hungry, the kid runs, doesn't eat the mud pie. The kid runs to the mom. Mom, can you please give me the food? Because mom is making samosas and all the yummy things. So mom may say, no, why you want this food? Go out and eat your mud pies. You wanted to cook, right? So The kid says, no, Mama, I want to eat the samosa. So Mama says, okay. So here, last time, when I gave this example, Shatrapa Mataji, she gave this, she said this very nice thing that at least the child knows the relationship with the mother. So he's going back to the mother, right? But in our case, now let's see what happens in our case. So in our case, everything is same here in the material world. We have the same relationship, father, mother, husband, wife, kids, lover, and extramarital affairs, and everything. Here, the animals, the plants, the trees, the river, the mountains, right? But there is one thing that is missing. Like for the kid, everything is there in the kitchen paraphernalia, right? But there is one thing is missing, that satisfaction, that nourishment to the body. And here, in our case, everything is there. Whatever rasas are there in the spiritual world, the same rasas are here in the material world. But one ingredient is missing, and that is love. And when we realize that ingredient is missing, we tried to go back to Krishna. Like the kid went back to mom when the kid was hungry, right? Because we are doing all the efforts, all the hard work, everything over. The life is so difficult, and at the end we die. So we go through so many struggles, and at the end we die. So the life is so difficult. But what is the point of all that useless labor if it does not bring us, if it does not give us any love, satisfaction, and nourishment to the soul? What is the use of all those things, right? So when we realize those things, then we try to revive our relationship with Krishna, right? So with in the child example, at least the child is aware of the relationship with the mother. In our example, the Maya has covered that relationship. That is what Srila Prabhupada is going to say next. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that thus one can obtain permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's eternal relation with him. So we have eternal relationship with Krishna, right? So once we revive our eternal relationship with Krishna, then what happens? One attains peace and prosperity. Actually, if you look at it, this is what we all are really looking for, the peace and prosperity. But the thing is, by adjusting material energy, we don't get anything. So then Srila Prabhupada, he's saying something very nice in the next part. Once this relation is slightly revived, slightly, Srila Prabhupada has used the word slightly. Once this relation is slightly revived, the conditioned soul at once becomes freed from illusion of material energy and becomes mad after association of the Lord. So here, if you see, Srila Prabhupada is going backwards, uh, originally we are all attracted to Krishna, right? And he's the maintainer. And then what happens, we comes here, right? And we forget our relationship. And Srila Prabhupada says that here, this line, I forgot this part, where Srila Prabhupada says that we attain permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's eternal relation with him. Now, means why do we need to revive, right? What happened? So here Srila Prabhupada is saying, now forgotten under the spell of Maya. So because of the material energy, we have forgotten. This is one of the tasks of material energy, right? Material energy covers us and it makes us happy in no matter how miserable condition we are in. So these are the two jobs of material energy. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have forgotten under the spell of Maya. the illusory energy of the Lord. And then he says, once this relation is slightly revived, so you see Srila Prabhupada is going backwards. All attractive, we forgot Krishna, right? And why we forgot Krishna? And then he's saying, once that relation is slightly revived, the conditioned soul at once become freed from illusion of material energy and becomes mad after association of the Lord. And even slight, slight revival. So then one thing, what am I doing over here? Making all the hard work, hard labor, and what is the result? The result is the misery, the pain, and the cycle of birth and death again and again. It's like first the pain of the birth, and then this is what Lord Buddha saw, right? First the pain of the birth, and then the pain of growing up, and then Lord Buddha saw the diseased man, and then person is very sick, and then he sees that person dies, and then again, what is happening? The person is taking birth again. Means, what is it? It's like there is no happiness over here. In one of my lectures, I was thinking about this. Srila Gurudev was saying that means since we are here again, that means we did not perfect our life in our previous lifetimes. When are we going to wake up? Like, going in a cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. When are we going to wake up? One day is going to be our last day. So then when one realizes that, and what happens, but at the same time, when the relation is slightly revived, the conditioned soul at once becomes freed from the illusion. Remember, one of the job of material energy was to cover, right? So Srila Prabhupada is saying one at once becomes freed from the material illusion. So there are two things happening. When we revive our relationship with Krishna, there are two things that are happening. First is one is becoming freed from the illusion. And what is the second thing? The second thing, one becomes mad after association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One becomes mad after personal association of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just one thing I will just say, I was remembering once again, Srila Gurudev was saying in one of his lectures that the holy name of Krishna, that when we chant the holy name of Krishna, two things are happening. First, we are getting out of material world, and second, we are getting into the spiritual world. So here the two things are happening. We are getting freed from the illusion of material energy, and second, we are getting mad after the personal association of the Supreme Lord. Then Srila Prabhupada is speaking about what is that personal association of the Supreme Lord. So there are two types of personal association. One is literal meaning of personal association of Krishna. And second personal association is with his, I'll read Srila Prabhupada's words, but also by association with his name, fame, form, and quality. So when when we read from the top of the purport till here, almost bottom of the purport, then we really want to, yes, I want it, I don't want this hard labor, going through this miserable cycle of birth and death. I want to get out of it. I want to be freed from the material energy, and I want to be mad after personal association with Krishna, right? So now what Srila Prabhupada is doing is he's opening our heart. So when giving us, like, if someone says that, like, I'll give my example when I was in India before marriage. So when it is like I was getting engaged over here and my husband was here in US. So first I did not want to leave India. So, but others, my friends were saying, "Oh, America is so good, so nice. There are so many good things." And then slowly I become, okay, I want to go to America. So similarly here, Srila Prabhupada is giving us the attraction of, what happens when we revive our relationship with Krishna. So then our heart gets open. Yes, I want to revive my relationship with Krishna. Then I'm ready to receive what Srila Prabhupada is going to say. So then Srila Prabhupada says, once our heart opens to what he's going to say, last line of this purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, how can we revive our relationship? That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Srimad Bhagavatam trains the conditioned soul to this stage of perfection by submissive hearing from the pure devotee. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, how do we revive our relationship with Krishna? He's saying two things. First is the point he's making is how we should hear. He's saying submissive hearing. So hearing can be of many types actually, but if we can divide this broad in two, especially for our spiritual perspective, is one can be challenging and one is challenging and one is submissive. So if we have challenging, right? So that means we are challenging. I'll give you one example of challenging. I have a colleague at work. He's coming from Muslim background. So in the beginning, he's very curious. He teaches Quran in his mosque. So he wants to learn. He's a very intelligent person and he very nice guy. So he is very curious. I thought he was curious. So in the beginning, he was curious because I always have Bhagavad Gita at my desk, and I used to read it in between whenever I have time. So he saw the Bhagavad Gita. So he was asking me some questions. So he asked me something, and I replied. I thought he genuinely wants to know. So I gave him the response. But in response, he was just trying to defeat what I was saying using his faith. And he said something that was very offensive for the personal form of the Lord. And I felt like my mind was polluted, really, after listening to him. And there was no point of saying anything. But I wanted to say, but I thought there is no point in saying anything to him right now because his mood was not to, at that time I understood, he's not asking to understand what he had some questions about Hinduism. So he did not have his mood was not to understand the Hinduism. His mood was to defeat and prove that what we are doing is wrong by hearing what I'm saying. So I just didn't say anything. I gave it up. But I didn't give up, actually. I was very upset and hurt, and I was getting my phone to get it ready to send him text message. I just controlled myself not to do that. And then I prayed to Jagannathji, and then what should I do? Then I have a small books of Srila Prabhupada for distribution. So one is Beyond Birth and Death. And in Beyond Birth and Death, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned the name of Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. And so next day, Jagannathji gave me the idea. I took the book. I gave it to my colleague. And I said, see, you want to know a lot about what Hinduism is. And I think I'm not qualified enough to answer your questions. But here is our great Vaishnava Acharya. If you read his books, you will get the answer. And he has mentioned the name of your prophet Muhammad, Shri Muhammad. So read it, you will like it. So you will feel connected also. He happily took it. I don't know if he read it or not. But the point is that if mood is challenging, then one will not take what other person is giving, right? So here Srila Prabhupada is saying is, the first qualification is submissive hearing, that yes, I want to hear. And second point Srila Prabhupada is making is, one is the qualification of the hearer, and second he's speaking the qualification of the speaker. Who should we hear from? So Srila Prabhupada is saying, one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a pure devotee. So now let's go forward instead of backwards in the purport. So what Srila Prabhupada is saying is, if we hear submissively from a pure devotee, then what happens? The covering, the material energy that has covered us, the covering goes away. We become mad after association of Krishna. And then what our natural position is, naturally being attracted towards Krishna, that comes up. And then we become naturally attracted to Krishna and fixed in our relationship with Krishna. So this is the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So I have thought of two examples, actually, of pure devotees, with the one getting the personal association of Krishna and getting attracted towards Krishna, and the other one by hearing about Krishna. So if we have time, and also if anyone has any discussion point till now, any reflection, then we can do that. Otherwise, if no, then I will go ahead and talk the examples that I thought of. Please let me know.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances also, all glories.
I was actually, the way you were explaining, the way how we connect Krishna, who we are, and it was really touching. The examples what you gave was really wonderful. I know many a times we have heard many times so many other things, but today's whatever you explained, and it was really touching my heart. The how we connect with from a material world to the spiritual world. I don't know, in whatever mood you said, it was really very touching. Thank you so much, Mataji, about that. And how we are getting attracted to Krishna, how that's the hearing about Krishna, more hearing about Krishna will attract us to Krishna. That's we normally say, hey, here, just go here, but what is that hearing means? Many a times we hear, we keep listening every day, but do we have an attraction? Yes, we do have an attraction if we have a rapt attention. That's most important. Otherwise, it will be 1 year listening, another year it's living away. So we need to make sure that whatever we hear, that goes to the heart. This is, I heard one example that some time ago, the ears are nothing but the windows, something like that. I forgot. Maybe if I remember.
Windows to the spiritual world, Prabhu, something like that?
No. The windows actually, the pictures of looking at all the pictures of Srila Prabhupada's, so many Srila Prabhupada disciples have painted. All those paintings are actually the windows for the spiritual world, right?
Yes.
Same way, the ears are like that. If you really hear submissively, that will take us to the heart. Krishna can enter the heart. Then it opens our eyes. So most important is to hear the way we explain. the way you were explaining was like picturizing. If you visualize the way I was visualizing, yeah, amazing, it was something like that. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So if no more reflections, then should I give the example then of two? I don't know if I would be able to cover both, because sometimes I get carried away when I'm speaking. So first example, I won't say who it is, okay, so that we all guess till we reach the point who it is, which devotee it is. So let's go to the streets of Mathura. And, when Kansa, he invited Krishna for the wrestling match. So what happened is Krishna, Balaram, they came with Akrura. They came one day before the match to Mathura. And Nand Baba and the cowherd boys and cowherd men, they also came. And they came earlier, and Krishna and Balaram came little late with Akrura. So one reason we all know why Krishna and Balaram came late, why the Nand Baba cowherd boys came earlier. One reason was Akrura took bath in Yamuna River. And the other reason was very beautiful. I really liked it. It is the commentary of one of the acharyas on Srimad Bhagavatam. When the chariot was moving from Mathura when chariot was moving from Vrindavan to Mathura, all the people, they were coming out to see Krishna and Balaram. And they were so enchanted by the beauty of Krishna and Balaram that their eyes were like drinking. They were like drinking the beauty of Krishna and Balaram from their eyes. And they were not able to keep their eyes away from Krishna and Balaram. So from their eyes, they were pulling the chariot back, actually. So that's why the chariot was moving slowly. So anyway, Krishna and Balaram, they reached late. And then when they reached, Nand Baba asked, how come you all came so late? So Krishna did not reply. He just smiled and hugged Nand Baba. And then Krishna asked Akrura to go back, and now he will stay with his Nand Baba, and outside, out at the out, they made camp outside Mathura. So they were staying there, and then Krishna, Balaram, and the cowherd boys, they went out to visit Mathura city, to stroll around Mathura. So I know like we all know Kansa was the king, but Mathura is not Kansa's city. Mathura is city of Krishna. Krishna took birth over there. So Krishna, along with Balaram and the cowherd boys, they all went for a stroll on Mathura's city. And when they went for a walk, they met many devotees and demons at the same time. Like they met washermen, and they met who else? Washerman and Sudama, the florist and the weaver. And Krishna also broke the bow of Lord Shiva, and not only broke it, then when Kansa heard it, he sent more soldiers. So Krishna killed all the soldiers and leaving Kansa in terror. And then there was one more person Krishna met. And in one of the marketplaces, he met Kubja. So Kubja, she she was the maidservant of Kamsa, and her service was to provide Kamsa with perfumed ointments and oils also. Now, when Krishna, in this meeting of Kubja with Krishna, Kubja gave everything to Krishna, like the perfumed ointment and oil. It is a big surrender. It's like she was putting her life at stake. She was giving king's property to Krishna. She could have been put to death by doing that. But she was completely surrendered to Krishna. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam explains why. Srimad Bhagavatam gives actually 6 reasons why Kubja was completely surrendered to Krishna. That she gave everything to Krishna fearlessly. And actually, we all want to get attracted to Krishna. You know, somehow or other, Srila Prabhupada said in one of his lectures, somehow or other, if Krishna is all beauty, all attractive, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But what happens, because of our envy, we are not able to get attracted towards him. I was thinking about it like, Duryodhan, if he happily stayed with the Pandavas, Yudhishthir was not like a person who would badly treat the Kauravas. Yudhishthir would have taken very good care of them. Like Dhritarashtra was living like a king after the war, after all what Dhritarashtra has done, Kauravas have done, right? Even then, Yudhishthir, means I was really amazed. I was reading, and Yudhishthir was not thinking what Dhritarashtra has done, but Yudhishthir was thinking what wrong he has done, how they have killed all their sons, and Yudhishthir wanted to make sure that Dhritarashtra's needs are met. So if Duryodhan was loving, submissive towards Yudhishthir, the Pandavas, he would have lived like a king. But Yudhishthir had all the good qualities. The Pandavas had all the good qualities. They are devotees of Krishna. They are all the good qualities. But Duryodhan was not able to see a single good quality in them. And the reason was because he was envious of them. He wanted, what they had. So here, although the point I was trying to make, although Krishna is all attractive, somehow we are not attracted towards Krishna. But Srila Prabhupada says, somehow or other, if we get attracted towards Krishna, our life is successful. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.42.4, it gives 6 reasons why Kubja was so surrendered that immediately she gave all the supplies to Krishna. So the first reason why Kubja was so surrendered was she was attracted towards the beauty of Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, I really liked it again, that the verse says that his beauty enveloped her consciousness. Krishna's beauty enveloped the consciousness of Kubja. That was the first reason. And second reason why she surrendered everything to Krishna. All these look same, but they're different. All the 6 reasons, they're different. Because at first when I heard, they were like same to me. But when I looked at those closely, it was all different. The second reason why she surrendered everything to Krishna was because of his charm. So the charm and beauty may seem similar, but they are different, because someone can be beautiful but cannot be charming. I was looking at the dictionary of charm, and it is the meaning was the power of quality of giving delight or arousing admiration, delight greatly. That is charm. So Kubja was charmed by Krishna. in like Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned Krishna's charm was in full bloom when in his youth, when he's 16. And Navyavanam, he never grows older than 16. So he's eternally youthful. And his charm was also is noticed at many, many places in Srimad Bhagavatam. One of the example is when Krishna enters the wrestling arena. Then all the ladies of Mathura, they have heard about Krishna, but they have never seen him. But the moment Krishna and Balaram enters the arena, they were all so charmed by Krishna. They said, look at Krishna, he's so charming. So second reason why Kubja surrendered everything to Krishna was because of his charm. Now, the third reason why she surrendered everything to Krishna is his sweetness. Means someone can be beautiful, charming, but may not be sweet. But Krishna is very sweet. There is one very beautiful, famous Madhurashtakam by Sri Vallabhacharya. So I will just say the first one. Hopefully I will do justice to it. I'm thinking whether I should sing it or just say it. So, okay, I'll try to sing. Adhiram madhuram vadinam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram madhuradipate akhilam madhuram. Sanskrit itself is so sweet. So hearing it so madhura. So the meaning is, his lips are sweet, his face is sweet, his eyes are sweet, his smile is sweet, his heart is sweet, his gait is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of the sweetness. Now, fourth reason why Kubja was completely surrendered to Krishna was his smile. So Krishna's enchanting smile. So in throughout Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we hear about the Krishna's smile, right? And here I will read a verse that the gopis speak to the beautiful smile of Krishna from Krishna book. Dear Krishna, you are the killer of all the fears of inhabitants of Vrindavan. Your devotees, as well as, sorry, I'll say it again. You are the, dear Krishna, you are the killer of all the fears of inhabitants of Vrindavan. You are supremely powerful hero. And we know you can kill unnecessary pride of your devotees, as well as pride of women like us, simply by your beautiful smile. So, because Krishna's beautiful smile is so beautiful that Gopi is thinking, my smile is beautiful. That pride is broken by looking at the smile of Krishna. So the fifth reason why Kubja surrendered everything to Krishna was Krishna's words are captivating. So that we all know. We have personal experience. We know we read Bhagavad Gita how many number of times, but we are never tired of reading Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna's words are very captivating, yes. Now, sixth and last reason why she surrendered. The last reason is Krishna's look. When Kubja saw that Krishna was looking at her with love, she said, I'm your servant from now on. Do whatever you want with me. I will no longer serve anyone else. So these are the 6 reasons for that Kubja surrendered onto Krishna. And there are actually 2 steps here. First is attraction towards Krishna, and second is attachment. So Kubja was attracted towards Krishna, and she got attached towards Krishna, and that is why she became fearless, that she offered everything to Krishna, whatever she had. And second example is the Brahmana's wives, actually. We know about that Yagic Brahmanas who were doing the fire sacrifice. So the Brahmanas were doing the fire sacrifice for the elevation towards the heavenly planets. But their wives were greatly devoted to Krishna. Now, one thing is the wives, they have never, in the first example, Kubja's example, Kubja, she got mercy of Krishna by his personal association. So the two examples I decided, first one was by personal association, and the Brahmana's wives is different one, not personal association. So in the first example, we saw how Kubja got attracted towards Krishna, or basically how Krishna gave his mercy towards Kubja, so that Kubja got attracted towards Krishna by his personal association, by seeing his beauty, looks, charm. And here, the Brahmana's wife, they never got the chance to see Krishna. But how they got attracted? So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he gives 3 reasons that how Brahmana's wives, they got attracted towards Krishna, although they never saw Krishna. So first reason was the sadhus. The sadhus were regularly coming to the village, and they were just speaking about Krishna. That was the first reason. Second reason was occasionally they would hear the flute, the sweet notes of Krishna's flute being played somewhere in the forest. So just by hearing the flute of Krishna, their love awakened. And the third reason how the Brahmana's wives, they developed attraction, love towards Krishna was buying flowers from gardeners of Vrindavan by shopping. So, but whom they were shopping from, that is the important point. So they were buying the flowers from the gardeners of Vrindavan, and they would hear the descriptions of Krishna's form, heroic deed, his beauty while shopping. Because, in Vrindavan, Krishna is the life of everyone. So that, everyone is talking about Krishna. So when the Brahmanis, when they were shopping from the Vrindavan sellers, they were hearing about Krishna. And from that, they attached love. They developed love for Krishna. And so innocence is by hearing about Krishna. They developed attraction towards Krishna. And this is what Srila Prabhupada says at the end of the purport. If we really look at it, the story of the Brahmana's wives, the Brahmanis, is basically the last line of the purport of Srila Prabhupada. By hearing submissively and from a pure devotee, one develops attachment and love for Krishna. So I have taken too much time, but thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I will stop speaking now. And if there are any further comments or discussions or reflections, then we can do that. Okay, no comment. So, Prabhu, Lingraj Prabhu, we can end the meeting.
Yes, Mataji. I'll take the host.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everyone. Panchkalpataru Vyashti Kripasi.